Hello students, welcome to Srimata IAS KS Academy Vijaypura. I am your faculty for geography subject Vidya Yam, and let's start one more lesson from the geography today, and we are going to see some of the topics regarding the earth and the solar system. So before coming to the solar system, there is a universe which exists. This universe has many of the galaxies, as I said in the last class, and this galaxy, we are one of part of the galaxy, that is Milky Way galaxy, and this Milky Way galaxy contains various materials inside of it. Materials, objects inside of it, materials like your dust particles are present inside of it. Dust particles ಜೊತೆ ಮತ್ತೇನಿದೆ, ಕಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಮತ್ತೇನಿದೆ, ಕಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ any other things, students do come up with me. Let's see. So dust particles, comets, asteroid belt, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ various planets are present in our galaxy. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಮತ್ತೆ sun ಇದೆ, plus stars are there. Next meteoroids are present, right? So ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು galaxy, that is the Milky Way galaxy, which we are part of it. So along with it, the planet Earth is also part of this galaxy, but whatever the Earth is having atmosphere around it, other than this Earth atmosphere, whatever present in the universe, that is, we call them as a celestial bodies. Okay, celestial bodies andre enu? Celestial bodies are nothing but your dust particles, comets, asteroid belt, planets, sun, stars together, whatever present outside the atmosphere of the earth, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? celestial body ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, right? So if you come to constellations, these are nothing but a group of stars together, group of stars forming a different shapes. Okay, group of stars together forming a different shapes, we call it as a constellations. Example for constellations, here are some of the example of the constellations. Illenide number of stars together, we are joining them and making one of the pattern and calling them as a Libra. So this is your constellation. Like this, even Ursa Major is present, alva? Ursa Major, Big Bear, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದಾನೆ. If you go to, then Saptarishi is present, means there are different shapes has been formed, and these shapes were joined by the stars itself, and these we call it as constellation. Fine. So coming to next, that is solar system. Solar system indane ella planets bandirodrinda, at the center of the solar system we can see the sun. Next there are planets, for example your Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Other than that, there are other 4 planets are part of this solar system. Okay, solar system do have only planets? No, instead there are even the comets are present, along with it meteoroids are present. So what is this comets then? These are nothing but the composition of a gases itself. Again come back to your theory of nebula or Big Bang theory. What happened in that Big Bang theory and nebular theory? Please go back to last video of mine and look into what is nebula hypothesis and Big Bang theory. I had explained very clearly regarding it. How the sun has taken a birth, that is biggest star of the planet, is also explained in my previous class. So please look into that if you do not yet seen it. And coming to the composition of a comets, these comets are composed of again the gas of hydrogen and helium together. So whenever they come near to the sun, during that time what happens? The gas present inside of this comet start burning. Due to that reason, the tail has been produced by it. They are falling atmosphere in there, trying to move from one place to another place, as more of the gas is present here. Due to that reason, there is a brighter object is present. As we move away from it, the tail has been formed by it. So whenever there is a tail formation of anything, we find them, we need to refer them as a comets. Fine. Coming to meteoroids, meteoroids are nothing than your rocks which were wandering around the solar system. Okay, solar system ಅಲ್ಲಿ they were not able to become a part of the planets. Due to that reason what happened, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, planets ಇದು part ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗದಿರೋ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ we call them as comets. These are nothing but the rocks itself which are moving in different direction across the space, whereas more number of the planet meteoroids can be found in between your Mars and Jupiter. So this creates one belt known as asteroid belt. Right? So this tells regarding asteroid belt. And coming to other planets, the nearest planet to the sun is your Mercury, whereas if you go, the farthest last planet is Neptune. Pluto was a part of the planet, but it has been discarded because of various reasons again. And the only remaining planets, earlier there were 8 planets, now also there are present of 8 planets. And our Earth, which is also part of the planets, that is a third planet in the solar system. Right? And what about the Mars? Mars is also referred as red planet. The red planet, why we call it as? Because of the dust particles which are in the red. Along with it, one more gas is present which makes it more red in a color. This is first we let to know regarding some of the first 4 planets. We refer them as terrestrial planets. Why we call them as a terrestrial planet? The reason behind calling them as terrestrial planet is because of they are similar in the feature like Earth. So Earth is called as territory. Similarly, like we refer even other 3 planets as terrestrial planets. Whereas coming to the next 4 planets, we refer them as a Jovian planet. ಯಾಕೆ Jovian planet ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? The reason is because the biggest planet among these Jovian planets, our next 4 planets are first Jupiter. So due to this reason, we call them as a Jovian planet. Fine. So other features, similarly, we're going to look in this slide, like what the planets are saying about how these planets are formed. The first 4 planets are the rocky planets. It means their surface is made of the rock, whereas next 4 planets, what we refer them as Jovian planets, is having a gaseous surface. Why there is a difference? Why there is a rocky planet and why there is a gaseous planets? These are because the first 4 planets are very near to the first 4 planets are near to sun. As they are near to sun, solar radiations has actually eroded the surface or the atmosphere of these first 4 planets and turned them as a rocky planets. Whereas if you look at the next 4 planets, they are far away. They are far away from the first 4 planets, means theirs are nearer to the sun. So these are near planets to the sun, whereas these are far away due to the distance. What happened? The gases which were present on these 4 planets remained in gaseous form itself, whereas the first 4 planets which were containing even gases in their atmosphere has been eroded by the solar radiations. Fine. So this is one more feature. Next, the first 4 planets are smaller in a size compared to the next 4 planets. Means these are bigger in a size and these are smaller in a size. Fine. And next thing, they are spins very slowly. It means the time taken by each planet to rotate in their own axis is slow compared to the next 4 planets. Fine. How? The rotation is nothing but the Earth planet which rotates on its own axis. The axis is the rotation on its own is called as axis, whereas the revolution is nothing but a revolving around the sun. It means all of the planets are revolving around the sun, whereas each of the planets are even rotating on their own axis. Fine. So rotation of each planet is very slow, spins very slowly compared to the next 4 planets. For example, take a planet Venus itself, which takes a longer time to rotate, that is 242 days are required to rotate on its own axis. Fine. Whereas If you take the largest or a biggest planets of jovial planets, that is Jupiter, it takes only 10 hours to rotate on its own. Similarly, even other 4 planets too takes a very less time to spin. So these are spin fastly, means faster rotation, whereas there is a first 4 planets are slower rotations. Fine. So these are having a rocky surface, as I said in earlier part itself, and these are gaseous surfaces. Solid materials are existing in first 4 planets, so these are denser in their capacity compared to the next 4 planets. How the density goes on increasing in all of the first 4 planets compared to the next 4 planets. The reason is again coming back to your gas format itself. The gases are lighter, whereas if the heavier materials, they are more denser. First 4 planets, the atmosphere, the gases which contained in the atmosphere of each of the planets got eroded due to the solar radiations. So these become denser, whereas the next 4 planets remained as gas itself. Due to that reason, the density is low compared to the first 4 planets. Fine. So density, if you compare, then the Earth is having a largest density. Earth planet has a largest density compared to all of the 8 planets together. Means Earth is having a more density than other 4 planets. Fine. So coming to the Mercury. Mercury is a first planet which is located very nearer to the sun, and it rotates and revolves very in the less duration, means taken duration is very less compared to other 7 planets because it is very nearer to the sun. So the farthest the planet, the more the time it consumes to revolve around the sun. So which one is the planet which takes a more time? Obviously it is a Neptune, which takes a more time to revolve around the sun. Fine. Like that. Next, this is a Mercury regarding its information, and first 4 planets do not have any own satellites of its own except the Earth, because Earth has its own satellite known as Moon, whereas other 3 planets do not have any satellites. So first 4 planets has a very few moon, or you can take it as only the moon, which is Earth, compared to other 4 planets. The other 4 planets, for example, the Jupiter is having a highest number of planets, 82 number of moons is having the Jupiter planet. Whereas if you come to the next, that is Saturn, which is having 80 moons of its own. Fine. And next planets have a lesser satellites compared to other planets. It means the Jupiter is having a highest number of satellites, and the biggest satellites is also having a Jupiter, that is the Ganymede. What we refer it as Ganymede is a largest satellite among all other satellites, whereas the next planet, that is Saturn, is having a second largest satellites of its own, that is the Titan. Fine. So the first largest satellite having planet is your Jupiter, whereas second largest satellite of its own having a planet is your Saturn. Clear? Okay. So these are some of the informations related to the planets. All of the planets revolve around the sun, and maximum time is taken by the Neptune, whereas the less time has been taken by your first planet, that is Mercury. Now coming to other information regarding the next planets. I had given some of the information regarding the planets, and next planet is your Mercury, which is nearest to the Earth. That's why it is also referred as a twin of the Earth. So now ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? The nearest planet to the Earth, that is Mercury ಗೆ ನಾವು twin of the Earth ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಹತ್ತಿರವಾಗಿದೆ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ compared to other planets in the distance. Fine. And it's also referred as a morning star. ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಯಾವುದು? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯೂರಿ. ಫೈನ್. ಯಾಕೆ? ಸಾರಿ, ಯುವರ್ ವೀನಸ್. ವೆರಿ ಸಾರಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ Venus, which is nearest to the earth, and we refer it as a twin of the earth and also the morning star and evening star. Yake it is a morning star or evening star? Because if you notice from the earth, always it is in the pole side, that is north side, it is always shining like a star. Okay, so distance hatra irodrinda namage Venus planet ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮು ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮು ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಬರಿಗಣ್ಣಿನಿಂದ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಶೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೀನಸ್. ಫೈನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಫೀಚರ್, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸು ಕೂಡ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಈಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ವೀನಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯುರೇನಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೈಸ್ ವರ್ಸಾ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೀಸ್ ಟೂ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ ದೇ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಈಸ್ಟ್. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ರೊಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಯುರೇನಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ವೀನಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ತಿರುಗ್ತವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ದೀಸ್ ಟೂ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈಸಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ second planet from the sun and last second planet from the solar system is your Uranus and Venus, that is UV. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂಗತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ UV ರೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಯುರೇನಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ವೀನಸ್ ಎರಡು ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ವೀನಸ್. ಫೈನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯೂರಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್, ನಾನು ಅರ್ತ್ ನ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಅರ್ತ್ ಡೀಟೇಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ವೀನಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮರ್ಕ್ಯೂರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಯ್ತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಸ್. ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್. ಮಾರ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಎ ರೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಯಾಕೆ ರೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದ ರೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಇಸ್ there is a gas which is contained in the maximum capacity, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಐರನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಗ್ಯಾಸು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ದ ಡಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಡ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫೀಚರ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ವೀನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಹಾಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇವನ್ ದೋ ದ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯೂರಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ನಿಯರರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಟು ದ ಸನ್, but still the second planet of the solar system, Venus, is hottest planet. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು hottest planet ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Because it contains the carbon dioxide more in its atmosphere. Atmosphere ಅಲ್ಲಿ maximum content ಇರುವಂತ ಗ್ಯಾಸು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು ಹಾಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಇನ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವೀನಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಾಪ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ವೀನಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ವೀನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಕಿರಣಗಳು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೋ ಆ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಕಿರಣಗಳು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಹೀಟ್ ಅದು ಅದೇ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ CO2. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ more hotter. Due to that reason the Venus is hottest planet in your solar system. Fine. Next ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಿರೋದು ಮಾರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. It is a red planet. Next coming to your 4 Jovian planets ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. Jovian planet ಅಲ್ಲಿ the biggest one, as I said, is a Jupiter. Along with it, the common feature among these 4 planets is all of the planets has its own, all of the planets has its own rings. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಇರುವಂತದಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 4 planets, all of them have the rings. What these rings are? These rings are made up of again the dust particles. Fine. Dust particles ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ rings ಇದಾವೆ next 4 planet ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Whereas if you come to the first 4 planets, there is a absence of these rings. You can see absence of rings. ಅಂದ್ರೆ first 4 planets ಅಲ್ಲಿ rings ಇಲ್ಲ. Whereas if you come to the Jovian planets, then definitely all of the 4 planets has its own rings. Fine. Next, the biggest planet ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ the highest number of a satellite ಯಾವ planet ಇದೆ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So next is your comes the Saturn, which is having the highest number of satellites of its own. Along with it, the largest ring is of your Saturn. It means next 4 planet ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ರಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂತ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ Saturn. Fine. Okay. Next planet, that is Uranus. Uranus ಗೆ ನಾವು ಐಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. That is ಐಸ್ ಗೇಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ಮೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಐಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಐಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Next, coming to Neptune, it takes a longer duration to revolve around the sun. ಯಾಕೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ solar system. Fine. So I had explained regarding the features of the solar system. Next we are going to see at the Earth, that is our planet, which is important planet because we live on it. So it is a unique planet. Yaake unique anta karitivi? Because the life exists only on the Earth, not on any other planet. Still now ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಜೀವ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಯುನೀಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ other features of the planet, that is 71% of the planet is covered by water. Okay, whereas 29% remaining is contained by our continents. Alva, andre lands are having a 29%, and along with it, it has a 3 different kind of features. One is it has its own atmosphere, which makes a life possible on it. Okay, so atmosphere where life is possible on it. Adr jotegene what all the earth is providing us, adr jotegene lithosphere ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು feature is a lithosphere, which we are going to look in next classes one by one regarding the atmosphere, regarding the lithosphere. Other than that, regarding the hydrosphere also. Fine. One by one now next lessons ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬರೋಣ ಏನು ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಏನು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಲೈಫ್ ಆನ್ ದ earth is due to the atmosphere along with lithosphere along with hydrosphere. All of the 3 contributed for a biosphere formation, which makes the life possible on the earth. So this is regarding one more lesson which covers various topics. Please do clearly look at all of the topics. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕನ್ ನ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಮುಂದೆ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಡೂ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅವರ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಶ್ರೀಮಾತಾ IAS ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಲೆಸನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ come up with more sessions in upcoming classes. Thank you, students.